I've expected you. Welcome back to another Miraculous rant. Is there any other way to talk about Miraculous? I'm AngryArapy, but you can call me Ara. First off, both the power-ups and the fusions are too much. I'm very unsure if I've ever seen another show that has both of these. Just one of the two would have been enough, but I will talk about this a bit more later. Power-ups. So, the power-ups that we have are the water power-up, the ice power-up, the space power-up, and apparently they have a fire power-up in the back. More aren't known yet, as far as I've seen. I'll just go over the powers that we have officially in the show. I think the ice power is the most pointless. It was used in one episode, which was ice specific, and since then, never again. The water power-up makes some sense. I don't like how it was introduced and used, as we mostly saw it when they fought against Queen Wasp / Miracle Queen. And the space powers feel like a plot device. And with plot device, here I just mean that it's something they established because it makes things easier for them. But I also think that the fact that we don't have, or at least didn't get, a proper transformation sequence for a very long time kind of speaks for itself. Like, they truly just used it to make traveling easier, but traveling the old way would be so much more interesting, especially with the Kwamis, who haven't been out for pretty long. I would actually really like them if we wouldn't have the fusions. Oh, the fusions. Okay, actually, the fusions make a lot of sense to a point. Because of the whole whoever has the Black Cat Miraculous and the Ladybug Miraculous and combines them will get unlimited power thing, fusions make so much sense. Until the three-way fusions came into play and literally destroyed it. I have not been keeping up with Miraculous. I think the last episode I watched of season 4 was Crocodile shortly after it came out, and after that I just wasn't motivated anymore to watch episodes. In direct comparison, for the first 6 episodes, I was somewhat hyped. I only heard about the three-way fusion through Twitter, and I was baffled, to say it nicely. The fusions make more sense for the storyline of Miraculous, considering Hawkmoth's end goal and how the Miraculous work in general, while the power-ups were pretty much a one or a few times thing they did to try something new, which is another thing I don't get. They put in the base for the fusions basically from the beginning because of what Numero explained in Origins. Then in season 2 they tried out power-ups like a skin cream that got recommended to you by your mother. And then in season 3, Kwami Buster, they suddenly put in the fusions with no bigger explanation. Let's just put aside that Marinette coincidentally is also the strongest Miraculous holder Fu has ever heard or known of, which annoys me to no end. And that aside, Miraculous is the most finished, unfinished show I have ever seen. And I watched some questionable stuff. Miraculous feels like everything I have heard about musicals in the workshop phase. Also, side note, the fact that we can clearly see that all the money Miraculous is making is not going back into the show itself is really worrying for me. I mean, the quality is obviously declining. The merch is ridiculously priced for the weirdest stuff, and adding on to that a lot of voice actors were not paid enough. And that were only the English ones. If the English VAs are not being paid properly, we can quite safely assume that VAs in the other languages like Spanish, German or Japanese are being paid even less. Anyway, why do we have power-ups, fusions and more fusions? Toys, merch, money. Neither the power-ups nor the fusions feel thought through and actually adding to the story. They feel more like product opportunities than anything else. Or maybe a distraction from the completely not worked out story. Once again, I don't fully know how TV shows work, I never worked on one, but I do know that the storyline of the show right now feels like one of my dogs when I have more ideas for a story than I logically can use for it, and I know I need to filter stuff out. Just that here nothing was filtered out. Well, that's all I have once again. I have made a few videos about Miraculous already, a few videos about Miraculous are still to come, and I think with this I'll just release you back into the depths of the universe. Once again, see ya!